Quant is testing a crucial support level, and if that sounds interesting to you, make sure to continue watching this video. Hey guys, Pingu Charts here. Welcome back to another quant analysis video. As always, if you do enjoy my content, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. If you guys are interested in free $600 Bitcoin, make sure to check out the link in the bio. As you guys can see from yesterday's move, we did have a nice bearish engulfing candle break below that 112 support level. And I mentioned to you guys that the fact that we would be looking for a possible pullback on quant. You can see we had a very nice bullish engulfing candle break above, but now we are not seeing that sort of volume that we were expecting. You can see that quant tried to break above those exponential moving averages but failed, and we are currently retesting this level of support. This usually indicates a massive bearish move that's going to be happening because of the fact that the bulls simply do not have that aggressive volume that we were looking for across the other cryptocurrencies today. Ideally, I mentioned that we could be looking for a possible retest to around that 144 to 154 level, but right now on quant it doesn't look like we will be seeing that. We can see that the cryptocurrencies are now starting to correct once again, and if we do have a break of this formation and a clean move to the downside, the next support level would be around the $99. You guys already know from my daily time frames the fact that I mentioned the worst case scenario for us was because of that massive capitulation that we saw over on quant. If we do have a worst case scenario and a retest of the 112 level, guys, there's something to keep in mind. Obviously, is number one, the fact that we tested this level 4 times. You can see that we actually had the bearish move to the downside, engulfing candle, continuation, and another move. Quant is moving completely different than the other cryptocurrencies and the altcoins were. We didn't see that move, pretty much that V-shaped formation like we saw over on everything else. Quant is pretty much just trading neutral in between these ranges, and this is why it's becoming a little bit more towards the bearish side of things. On the hourly time frames, you can see we have a beautiful break of that support level and retested, and right now this is why I mentioned the fact that we are in some sort of BART formation as well on the hourly. You can see we saw the same formation right over here. We had this beautiful move breaking above that resistance level here around the 112 mark, but immediately after on the hourly candle, we rejected that whole move up. This usually indicates the fact that the bears are definitely in control, and you can see the same sort of formation right now. We had the same move set up, tried to grab that liquidity around that 136 level, failed, and again a bearish engulfing candle. And right now we are testing that support level below that major level, which is why I keep mentioning the fact that this is starting to look more and more like an M formation being formed on the hourly charts. Usually, of course, on the hourly charts, we have to be careful because of the fact that they are manipulated. But if we do continue to break below the 120 level, guys, things are going to look extremely bad for quant overall. I mentioned my overall take profit level, which is going to be around that $87 mark, which is a worst extreme case. But overall, guys, if we do see a massive capitulation, we can be looking for a major level support of $42. The reason why I have the $42, of course, is because if you look over here on the daily time frames, we actually tested that level multiple times before we finally saw that massive bull run for quant and that breakout formation. Right now for quant, though, we are not seeing that same sort of volume, and this, after a large move set to the downside, just looks like a small pullback for a continuation. We definitely will be testing the support level around the 87 mark because of the fact that we can see that's where the move set started in the short term, and that's where the move set should end. This is why I'm leaning towards a more bearish case scenario. But of course, in terms of a bullish case, if we did have a support level holding on the daily time frames for around the 120, we could definitely be looking for a possible retest to the 144, even the 154. The reason for that, of course, is because that's where that large move of the bearish engulfing candle broke below that level. So usually you'll see the level be retested and then that continuation. The only downside, of course, is the fact that today we just didn't see that volume, which was a little bit of a disappointment. We looked on a V-shaped formation across every other cryptocurrency but quant, and we can see that right now we are just seeing major bearish volumes come in. Of course, there is that bullish case idea, but ideally, guys, right now quant is not in a good position. And I mentioned this to you guys from when I first started analyzing quant. A lot of you guys were confused as to why quant was in this neutral stage when everything else was pumping. When we had Bitcoin break above to around the $21,000 level, you guys were questioning why quant wasn't seeing the same sort of volume. The reason is you can see that quant pretty much had its large move set prior, right? When you have a cryptocurrency already at extreme overbought levels, you can see that this whole move from around the $89 or $99 mark was a double for the cryptocurrency itself, right? We pretty much had a double in terms of price action, going all the way up to around that 240 mark, and then the move to the downside. That's ideally why we didn't see the same sort of continuation on Quant, because we are not in that bull market. So obviously a lot of people were taking profits along the way. That's pretty much all I have for you guys today. As always, if you do enjoy my content, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. If you guys are interested in free $600 Bitcoin, make sure to check out the link in the bio, and hope